Everyone knows a polar bear loves the cold.
Did you get cold outside?
No.
Not the heat, especially not in her porridge. But wouldn't you think a baby bear would say this is too cold? Not this bear.
My mom said there's a polar plunge, and I wanted to do it, and Nicholas said it was crazy.
Well, it is a little crazy. What did your mom think about this?
She said you probably won't like doing it.
And what did you say to that?
It's important to do what you want to do.
Bryn has never been the kind of kid who gives up on something. She'll keep coming back to it again and again and again, which is what she did with this crazy polar plunge idea.
We decided not to bring it up for several days, see if she did. And she brought it up every day.
Her grandpa tested the waters by putting her hand in ice water. That didn't change her mind. So that's when her dad...
In a bathtub with freezing cold water.
Hatched the idea...
and then I made him stand there while the water drains.
...of the ice bath.
And let her get cold, let her get cold.
And how did that feel?
It felt cold.
But could you do it?
Mm-hmm.
And she came out and said, "That was awesome, Dad."
Once she'd passed the ice bath test...
I think we definitely need the whiskers, too.
You look pretty. The day after tomorrow, I'm doing the polar plunge.
They figured they should let her go ahead.
And then I told her she may not have to get all the way deep in the water. She doesn't have to cover her head. She said, well, Mom.
All right, let's do back hip circle. Ready? 3 casts. 1.
But to tell a girl like Bryn to hold back, well, you might as well tell the winter lakes not to freeze.
I'm going to put my face in the water.
3, 2, 1, go! Yes!
The plunge is, of course, a fundraiser organized by Minnesota law enforcement for the 7,100 people in Special Olympics. Pledges for the plungers have jumped faster, well, faster than the jumpers scramble from their frigid dunking, up from 300,000 5 years ago to just under 2.5 million in just a few years' time. And in that challenge,
I've raised a lot of money.
Bryn has proven formidable, too.
She's raised $575.
On the morning of the plunge, the little girl in the polar bear costume attracts lots of attention.
You guys are amazing.
And has not backed down.
I'm thinking it'll be fun.
You still not nervous about it? Are you at all worried?
I'm only worried because she's too young to have seen Caddyshack, and I want to do a synchronized swimming thing coming out of the water. She's nervous now.
What do you think it will be like as she's standing in that line today?
I think she'll get scared.
And who could blame her? The line is long.
Already freezing.
The crowd intimidating.
She'll kind of hold on to my arm. She'll back down a little bit. We're going to go in together. We're going to come up together. We're going to move together. You're going to be fine. You're going to be fine.
And sure enough, when the time comes...
She was backing out. It's cold. It's miserable. But it's an exciting thing for you to do. You wanted to do it, right? Hold it together. She knew she didn't want to jump in that water. I told her we're going to count to 3. I'm going to hold your hand. You're going to be brave. You're going to be done with it. 1, 2, 3.
3, 2.
This is the Fox 9 studio.
You think you're going to get a lot of chicks out of this?
I think so, sir.
Yeah?
Far from the frozen lake where a little girl is trying to marshal her courage, a boy whose courage knows no bounds has come to visit.
We met. Oh, man, you're strong. Do you want to do the weather with me?
I think so, probably. I'm good at it.
We want to ask Stephen about what the Special Olympics mean to him, because every plunge puts dollars into that program.
So let's see, how's your hair? Pretty
I
good?
think I got a haircut. It's fine.
He wants to have this talk here so he can see how the news works.
All right, you ready?
Yes, sir, got it. I got your back.
Ready?
Yep. You got my back?
Yep,
Okay.
I got
5,
you.
4, 3.
I love running, and I love doing shot put with Dad.
His dad, Adam, is also his coach, a Special Olympics volunteer who helped organize the chapter in their area.
He is so nice and gentle.
He's nice and gentle. Wow.
What do I do in Special Olympics?
you love to be the coach.
He does love to be coach and loves that Special Olympics gives his oldest son the same sporting opportunities that his two younger boys get. Dad and son have both plunged in the icy waters.
There's a couple kids in her daycare who have physical developmental issues and need help on doing different activities. So we were explaining that this is for a special sporting type thing for kids where they get help and they get support and they get to show off too.
And maybe, just maybe, knowing that
1, 2, 3
is enough to propel Dad and daughter Bear into White Bear Lake. She even put her face in. Papa Bear lifted his little one out as quickly as he could. No time for fancy synchronized swimming moves in water this cold. She didn't hear the crowd roar.
This is one of the youngest plungers we've ever had.
She didn't hear Ian Leonard's special introduction letting people in the crowd know just how young this little girl playing polar bear was and everything she'd been through to get ready for this.
When I first heard the story about Bryn, it was inspiring. It reminded me of why I do this.
As soon as I put her on the platform, she turned and she said, I don't want to do that again.
Funny what a little encouragement, some warm clothes, and a lot of hot cocoa will do.
It was fun, but really, really cold.
So what do you think about, would you ever try it again? Would you ever want your sister to do it? What do you think?
Yeah.
I am very proud of her.
You promised never again!
You didn't promise? Say I was in shock.
She said never, Dad. Never. I don't want to next year, Dad. No.
She was in shock, Dad.
What may seem shocking is that she wants to come back, next time with Mom and little sister and some friends. A sign, I suppose, that the frigid waters of White Bear Lake, at least for this little polar bear, are just right.